We are definitely live.
Live
Welcome
already.
to the first installment of the BMore4Real Podcast. Man, it's your boy. I'm the co-host, OMG Danny.
Hey, Uncle Wayne here for BMore4Real, where we talk to you for real with no excuses and we give it to you straight between the eyes. BMore4Real.
BMore4Real Podcast, man. There's no acting. It's the realest conversation on the planet. If y'all not tuned in, you tuned out, and you're not even aware of what's going on around you. But without further ado, man, we got special guests. Was really not a guest.
It's
like
special guest today.
We got merchandise. We got merchandise and everything. Come on, brother Corey.
Come on, sir.
Let's get in here.
Oh, my man. Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Raising men.
Yes, sir.
Definitely a blessing to be here, bro.
I don't know if you can see the camera or not, but if you could show them your shirt, you feel what I'm saying?
Oh man, you gotta see that. And look at the logo itself, yo. Our future. Look at that.
Yeah. Dad's Raising Men. This is a powerful brother. I'm gonna let him explain more about the organization.
Tell us who you are, man. Come on, tell us who you are.
First of all, it's my pleasure to be here, be a part of this. What y'all got going on is definitely a pleasure. You know what I'm saying? To see brothers. I'm always trying to be a student.
There we go. You are mine.
And just a little bit about myself. I'm Corey Smith. 1/2, 1/4, 1/3. You know what I mean? Just a portion of what DRM stands for, and that's Dad's Raising Men. But
there we
definitely about. I know people look at the logo and see that it's a man walking a child, but DRM stands for men at the round table, basically. So we're all being raised, you know what I'm saying? You never stop growing. That's the truth. You never stop growing. And DRM is the movement, you know what I'm saying? And it trickles down to the children. That's how it goes.
It's the movement.
Yeah, the
DRM is the movement.
It's the movement.
And we live, man. We live. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. This is going to be recorded live on Facebook. But you're going to have to check the YouTube channel out, BMore4Real Podcast. You can check us out on YouTube at BMore4Real Podcast. And this is the first installment. So let's go, man.
Let's go. Let's get into this.
Man.
So the reason we invite you, listen, to see where things are going, and Father's Day happens to be Sunday. Look, man. Father's Day. Happy Father's Day. Say it 1 in a million times. Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.
So when we bring you here, that's what I had to ask. Tell us more about us. How did this idea come about?
So long story short, this idea is purpose. You know what I'm saying? It started off with purpose. Each and every one, I can't even say how probably similar our stories will be. They line up together somehow, some way. You know what I'm saying? But I got to a certain age, I was asking God for a purpose, like beyond that. Beyond hustle, beyond grind, beyond what we all familiar with, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I wanted to be able to leave something for my kids.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
how many children do you have, by the way?
I'm a father of 6.
Damn,
I'm a father of 6. I have custody of two minors, you know what I'm saying? Blessed enough that I have 2 or 3 adults and they all working in college. So, you know,
good
I get that. Man. Yeah, that was a blessing because you know how it go. You know, you try,
especially
it can go another way. Yeah. So just to watch them and know that they, at the end of the day, my children respect me. You know what I'm saying? So I also learned this. So back to what you were saying about where did it come from? I realized something that I had to look at myself like, man, there's a lot of stuff I did not learn. You know what I'm saying? Coming up as a man myself. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of stuff that I just wasn't schooled that way. We weren't molded that way. It kind of taught myself, you know, a lot of things. But I wanted to make sure that my children had that. So what it made me do is I said, you know, what's better than humbling myself and have a collective of men around. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So basically, what I mean by that is my son might say, Dad, I want to go fishing. I never picked up a fishing rod a day in my life. My father wasn't active. You know what I'm saying? But your father might have took you fishing. So at the same time, I trust that. Hey, Daddy, my son want to go fishing. So what's the business? And at the same time, we learn together. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So and that right there is the movement. That's why I said BRM Dads Raising Men, it trickles down to the children, but it's actually about us. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff that just creating that space for a man to humble himself and say, I don't know. Can you show me? Can you help me? You know what I'm saying? This is where I came from. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, know that you respect it at the end of the day. I'm not looking for it. I'm not looking for recognition. I'm not looking for an opportunity to say, man, this nigga don't know what he's talking. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Man, respect man. Iron sharpens iron all day long. You know what I'm saying? And in return, my children are what better than that than my sons being well-rounded.
Right.
And daughters. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing I want to add to. Dads Raising Men is not limited to the daughters.
So what do you have? Not to cut you off, you have how many sons and daughters?
I have 3 daughters and I have 3 sons.
That's the blessing. Talk about a balance.
It was a blessing. All my sons was on the back end. So they was the younger ones. You know what I'm saying? They came after the girls. And that's 2 different classes. You feel me?
Bless, brother. Bless doing that.
Daughters is 2 different classes. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it was a blessing. And I only have 5 biological. You know what I'm saying? One that's always my daughter, no matter what. You know what I'm saying?
And she the respect you just said right there.
No different.
To this day, it was never no difference.
It's never no different.
Yeah, even to this day, she had called me. You know what I'm saying? Dad, this, that, woo, 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 woo. Right. You know what I'm saying? This after a divorce and all of that. So just not to give too much, but I don't mind, being transparent if that's
I like
necessary.
that. You see what I mean? Yeah. It goes like a road while you decided with you. It's the roadway got you there.
Right. Because if it's going to help for me to be transparent, to be real with somebody else, to meet them where they are, then you know what? It's not my business to keep to myself.
Hey, listen, if you can't be real, it's no need to raise no black children. You know what I mean? It brings out the realness in you.
Yeah. So with that said, I ran into, this was just with me and my sons. I started doing little things with just my 2 boys who I ended up having custody of. Excuse me. And another co-worker of mine, you know what I'm saying? We got tight like brothers, and we started hitting the street with me, talking to people about the movement, about what we trying to do. I mean, just to watch it grow, you know what I'm saying? From when from having a conversation of what we want to do to, man, people really walk around.
People really rocking again, man. Check us out, man.
This is a silhouette of me walking my son to school.
This ain't a moment, man. This
So,
ain't a movie, man. This is a movement for real. This ain't a moment. This ain't a movie. This is a movement.
This journey been crazy.
And you have to understand, when the logo is thought out, it's a reason for it.
Yeah.
We start a lot of things in there, but we don't think about the follow through.
Right.
Our brothers really are lost in the street. Do you see? Because they don't pick up anything that's real.
Yeah.
So if it's real, we need to know where it comes from. How do you feel? Now, this is a big, tough question I have for you, and we have to get out. Now, we have a mayor in Baltimore that also happens to be a black brother. Now, you have black children that's looking towards the future, and here in Baltimore, and we're 63% black in Baltimore. How can your program or your campaign really make a difference? These are the questions people ask. They say, you're here, how can you really make a difference?
So the foundation of my program is one. First of all, I gotta give honor to God, because without him is no me. It would be no me. I have, like I said,
praise
my testimony is very similar in a lot of ways, but I know God was pulling me through. You know what I'm saying? And that's just personally. So what I learned is that it starts with that family structure. And that's what, man, not just BMore, but man, the whole America, every that family. If we started with that family structure, you feel me?
All right, so he just got into it. He just got into it. So I mean, you seen the display on the screen right there. You know what I'm saying? So now you know what we're gonna talk about. What do you think about Father's Day? This Dad's Raising Men. So go ahead and talk what you're gonna talk, good brother.
So what I was saying about not knowing how to do certain things coming up, you realize it after the fact, but there's certain things that a man brings to the table. It brings balance as well. to be honest, neither one of us can do it alone. You see what I'm saying? But a lot of us we had that same story. Even moms did it alone. Man, all praises to the moms. Definitely. Nobody. I was just talking about that earlier. Like, man, I try to do this single thing. It isn't heavy. You hear me? Like, but at the same time, once y'all start realizing what's my responsibility, you know what I'm saying, to them as as a man, what am I supposed to put into them? What am I supposed to block them from? You know what I'm saying? When they have gifts, I should be front row and center pushing them to it. And I'm gonna give you another jewel. It don't necessarily mean they gonna be strong at what we were strong in. You feel what I'm saying? My children was not the most aggressive kids, and I was wondering like, hey, what's wrong with you? Boy, I'd have been whoop, 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 whoop.
Right.
If it's not in them, but these boys sitting up in the morning reading to each other, and you know what I'm saying, like on different levels, you gotta nurture that. And it's like, so now we have different conversations. What is it that you want to do? Suppose you don't want to do sports. Okay, what you want to do?
All right. Also, too, not to cut you off, good brother. Also, too, we want to acknowledge the people that's joining us live. We definitely appreciate y'all. Y'all can y'all can share the stream, man. This is gonna be amazing. This is gonna be epic. Man, if y'all can y'all can share the stream. Yeah, we doing this for real. We are doing this for real. You know what I'm saying? And we appreciate y'all for liking and tuning in. David, brother Nadi, they don't know, but Maurice, yeah. We appreciate y'all.
We
man.
do. Thanks for joining in. Because we get deep here because for real, it's BMore and BMore4Real. And you're going to understand each time you join in, we get deeper and deeper with the real people of Baltimore with real feelings. And when they said we're not doing anything in Baltimore, how is it? This get a chance to see how we are working in Baltimore. We have people who care. And tell us more about that. Because dad raising men mean a lot.
Man, I don't want to take up. You know how we get there.
No. So hold on. All right, let me say this as well too. So we are in the business for promoting black business. We are in the business for promoting small businesses. So if you have a black business, you have a small business, we are going to promote it. So you best to make sure you tune in, that you like and that you share, because this is what we're going to do. We really involved in the community with people that's really with people that really have organizations, with people that really have things going on for the community. So it is incumbent upon our people to support our people and support this channel. So when you hear this, everybody under the sound of the voice, you like, you share, you subscribe. We're gonna put them black businesses out there. We're gonna give everybody exposure they need. So and y'all gonna give us the exposure we need in return. We all gonna put back and forth into the community. Like we
do the village thing. The village thing.
Let's do this. So yeah, it's BMore4Real, man. We for real all the way around. This is not just
tell them you see that. That's another thing we got. The other merch.
It's not just a podcast.
That's solid.
And we got the merch.
Yeah, the merch too.
We got the merch. We got the merch. We appreciate all the comments, man. We appreciate all the comments. We got David and we got Maurice telling us that the fathers are the teachers, man. The fathers are the teachers, man. They both telling us that the fathers are the teachers. So what do y'all say about that? What do you say about that? The fathers are the teachers. It's Father's Day, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's coming up very shortly upon us, right? But it's Father's Day, and they say the fathers are the teachers. I would absolutely agree with that. Fathers not only teachers, they're disciplinarians and everything. I would also say that women are teachers too. They are the primary teachers because they teach children when they're young. But because this is a man's world, you feel what I'm saying, that male instruction, that male provision, and that male recipe is needed to be guided throughout society. You know what I'm saying? I believe wholeheartedly what they're saying. Forget Father's Day. Father's Day is every day. Forget Mother's Day. Mother's Day is every day. Forget Grandparents' Day. Grandparents' Day is every day. Forget all of that stuff. We're going to throw all these holidays out the window. But because Father's Day has came upon us in circa 2023 of the Gregorian calendar, we have to acknowledge this thing because fathers seem to be a forgotten role within society. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
I don't think people understand the gravity of fathers and the importance that fathers play in society. So there was a wise man and he showed a light to a lot of things. And when a lot of women think about family, they don't include the father. They don't include
True fact.
They don't include the man. A family is just something that they made up. And then oftentimes even the Black Lives Matter movement will show you that they have this I forgot what they coined the term as, but it's when like women use a community of women to raise a community of children, a group of children that's within that community, and they have a word for that. And basically, it just outed the man. So while it's Father's Day, yeah, and while we're a male platform, yes, we're gonna give respect to the men, as well as the ladies as well too.
Father's Day.
This is about the men, and we're gonna have a conversation, and we're gonna really talk. And if you have something to say, man, please like, share, subscribe, man. The YouTube, we're gonna upload this later, but like, share, and subscribe. You see it. BMore4Real. Let's do it.
Father's Day, there's a reason we have to discuss who we are. There's the issue when it comes to Father's Day because a lot of times Father's Day are not appreciated. It seems that Mother's Day, for example, you have Mother's Day flowers, you see all these things out, vendors and everything focusing on mothers. And God bless mothers. We love mothers. But when you say you are a mother and a father, it just can't be.
There's no way.
You know.
Because you can't be, you can't.
You just can't.
It's impossible.
Because it's impossible.
You can only adapt to your situation. You know, to be able, if one parent is not there, then you have to do what you have to do. And speaking from
we respect you
from a man who has tried to do that. I've realized
I wanted to bring that part in there.
You gotta cut back on that. I don't mean to jump the gun, but
and I want you to, because you jumped into that role of doing a lot of things that a mother does. Of course, you are not a mother, but you did a lot of the things that the mother role do. Explain that to us.
Like I said, I tried.
Because tell us about because you became the primary parent in your children's lives.
In my youngest son, my two sons, 11 and 10. So I stepped up to that role because what else would I felt like where else would they be if not with me? You know what I'm saying? Especially because they were boys. So I made the adjustments to have them. But going into the situation as you're living that, you look at it like, man, you're thinking different. Like, hold up. I don't want to raise them all male energy you know what I'm saying? Like, because if things was normal for them, if the blueprint was right, then they would have that balance. They would have me, and then they would have a mother to nurture them. I said, so since they don't have that, I have to learn how to. It made me grow. Like, all right, let me approach this situation with them to not really really kill their character, because that's what a mother does. And a father, we supposed to complement off each other. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I make you think logically.
Right.
And your mom will be the one to help nurture those emotions.
Hey, good brother, 1 second. Now, if I can get the viewers, if I can get y'all to like and share the stream, I'm recording from a software where I can't see exactly if people like and share the stream, but I would appreciate if everybody like and share the stream, because this is important. The more we go and the deeper we talk, the more we gonna go down that rabbit hole where people don't want to talk about it.
It's comments over there.
So it's comments over here. It's definitely comments over here, but you know what I'm saying? The most important comments that stand out, they the ones that's getting shown. It's only 2 comments that really stand out and people that's really commenting. But you know what I'm saying? We need these comments. We need these this feedback. So like and share the stream. The NBA Finals is over. I ain't got nothing else to keep y'all distracted. The football season ain't started yet. Come on now. Let's get it running. Let's get it going.
For real. It's BMore4Real.
BMore4Real. BMore4Real. And that's city for real. My man David from Philly. So shout out Philly. We already know Philly in the building. You know what I'm saying?
Brotherly love.
My man David, but he said, look, let's go to the other comment. This one. He said, because your mom is like God to her child, so the level is different. Wow.
Deep.
Now,
you gonna handle that one?
I absolutely will. And see, the society that our culture grows up in right now, the mom is like God, because that's the only parent that we know. A lot of we have to understand that the majority, even though I am not a product of a single parent household or a single mom, we have to realize that 85% of the other children out here are raised by single moms, and they do it all by themselves. So regardless of what I go through, that does not change the majority of the situation, because I have something different. And I thank the Most High that he's able to give me a mind. He give me mind enough to acknowledge that, look, your situation is unique. My situation is unique. My mother and father was in the house and married well before I was even born. That is something that's almost a lost art. That's something that's almost gone. My children don't even have that luxury. You understand what I'm saying? So if we being more for real, if this the Be More for Real podcast, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be more for real. I'm gonna just tell you that our women have been forced into a role where they had to feel like they had to play mother and father.
So maybe that's the reason when they bring up Happy Father's Day to them.
I'm about this. I'm gonna stir the pot a little bit.
I need it stirred.
Our women, right? Our women have been raising and being kind of sort of thrown into the mix of being mother and father. But I absolutely think that they did not have to go down that route. See, you had a choice. It was either government assistance. You had a choice. It was either get divorced and get your alimony and get your child support. So you had a choice. It was either have this baby or not have this baby and go down to Planned Parenthood. See, you had a choice that man didn't have. So now when you understand, look, the bed that you made, you have to lay in it. You got 6 kids, 6 different baby fathers. So what? What are you doing about it? Because that's your problem. I think that too many women are seeking assistance from men, but not giving men the credit and validation that we deserve for even allowing you the opportunity to take hold of these benefits. To take hold of these benefits like child support, like divorce, because it only goes one way. Trust and believe. It don't go both ways. It does in some cases, but we're not talking about some cases. We're talking about majority. And like I said, I'm part of those some cases where my mother and father were married long before I was born. I'm part of those some cases. But the majority of our people, of our culture, don't come from that. No. They didn't have mom and dad in the house, and they didn't have that. That's the majority of us since 1965, to be exact.
So if a female has 6 baby fathers, do you blame her or do you blame the baby father?
I blame both, but I blame both, but I blame the mother more because the only way life comes into this world is by her decision. So let's look at this. Look, this is Be More for Real. We're gonna be more for real. We're gonna be more for real. Look. See, what I don't like to do is I don't like to argue with people, right?
There you go.
I like to apply what we know into real life or reality. So let's say in reality, right? You're a man, you got a girl pregnant. You know you had sex with her unprotected and you got her pregnant, right? And you shot up the club, right? So there's absolutely a possibility that you could be a father. Now let's say you said to that woman who told you, oh yeah, I missed my period or whatever, I'm about to have a baby or whatever. Let's say you said to that woman, right? That very same woman, let's say you said, look, I ain't ready for a baby or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Should she say, well, okay, I still want to have a baby. Is the baby gonna be born or is the baby not gonna be born?
Oh, that's a deep one.
No, let me ask you. Baby gonna be born. Think about it. If you said being that person, if you say, look, baby, I don't want the baby to be born, it's not do this. It's not now, and she think totally different. Do you think that baby is gonna be born, or you think that she's gonna get rid of the baby?
Well, like the baby will be born.
Okay, so which means that the birth of every child is the responsibility of a woman, regardless of if the man shot up the club or not, because the only way that this baby is here is because of her. Let me prove it to you. So let's flip it around. Let's say the man really wants the baby. I know I didn't shot up the club, and I want you to have my baby, right? and you don't want to have the baby, you just don't want to have my baby, what you think is going to happen to that baby?
Then more likely it's the opposite of what the other one. So it's
that baby is not going to exist.
That's deep.
So when we talk about be more for real, to be more for real, kids being born here on this side of heaven, on this side of earth, is a responsibility of women. Let's be real. Men play a very minute part in that because we're only the sperm donor. And a lot of men only play that role of sperm donor. Even if they want to be a father, they only play the role of sperm donor. Let's be good about it.
And you know what, too? The crazy thing about that is the system will play it in the position so a man is dealt with as a sperm donor, too. It's a whole system set up.
That's a deep conversation. See, we're three men.
Yeah.
And we don't know exactly the feeling of a female in that situation, but this makes sense here. So if you have a different situation, you a female, come on, right in. Tell us how you feel, because this is what we call be more for real.
For real. For real, for real.
So let's flip this. Now, it's called Father's Day Sunday.
Father's Day.
You know what I mean? So what do you consider a father? Because a lot of people don't really understand what is a father.
And you know what? That's the whole purpose of that. Brings it back to Dad's Raising Men, because I had to ask myself that question, like, what is a father? What includes being a father? What outside of the obvious? I'm gonna watch you, feed you.
Hey, the comments is lighting up,
I'm
man.
gonna support you.
The comments is getting heavy, man.
But
people want stuff to say.
You have men out here that's cheated out of legacy. You know what I'm saying? When you think legacy, to be honest, every other culture, with the exception of a few of us,
right,
we getting on that now. But majority of cultures, they've been years ahead of us with passing down legacy.
You see him?
Comment.
He said free money.
Yeah,
that's what
he said. Free money.
He said it's free money.
That's David.
No,
right?
That's not David.
Oh, all right. I saw something else.
All right. That's my man Naughty. Shout out my man Naughty, man. Shout out my man Naughty. Shout out my man David.
That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like I believe that it's really passing down your legacy. Legacy is what a father should be teaching. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of us, though, unfortunately, we still learning what our legacy is at later in life. You see what I'm saying, too? So it gets complicated, man. Like it gets complicated to you have to look at yourself in order to be a real father to your kids. You're gonna have to look at yourself.
Well, let's look at it from this, because
what do you think?
Let's have a real conversation now, right? Because let's be more for real. Now, as a man, right? If you go ahead, and I know full proof, if you go ahead and go in that thing raw, you shoot up that club, and that baby is yours, I know full well that you're responsible to some degree. And I think that the escape is that I think women think that we have some escape of responsibility just because we're a seed donor, and they choose to do whatever they do because they have government power and their power to do what they want with us. Because in reality, if they don't want us to see the child, they can do everything in their power to prevent us from that, and we have to fight for visitation and rights. Man, let's be real about that. You know what I'm saying? So the government allows women to be put in that position to where as though they can facilitate that process. And the only way that they cannot facilitate that process is if they are proven to be unfit.
Yeah.
You feel me? Yeah. So we know this as men, and look, we don't have no women. We'll get some women.
You have to get some women.
Comments.
There's some women in the studio that dying.
You want to get out?
I bet you that. Right. But look. At the end of the day, we will get to that because it's be more for real. So if you got something to comment, you got something you've done to comment for real, comment that. Y'all go ahead and like the stream. Make sure y'all subscribe. We are only on Facebook Live right now, but once it get edited, we're gonna be on YouTube, and it's gonna be more for real.
And we're accepting guests as well.
But the comments are well appreciated, and the comments is what's going to keep the conversation going, because we're going to go as the comments go. So make sure y'all like, make sure y'all share, and make sure y'all follow the platform.
And bring it in. And we need your comments. It's different age groups. Hey, I'm 60. So
and you wouldn't even believe Uncle Wayne's 60. You wouldn't believe Uncle Wayne's 60. Let's give him his flowers.
Happy Grandfather's Day.
Let's give him his flowers, man. Let's give him his flowers, man. For real, man.
So my version of Father's Day is different. When I consider the father as being responsible, then you understand what I'm saying. You need to be responsible. When a lot of times, like child support, this is one of the biggest things that the biggest argument of for. I shall pay child support, yada, yada, yada. But do you understand something? You have someone who's taking care of your child. You find that the smallest things, God gives you a gift of a child, and it's through someone who gives you the child. You have to take care of yours. That's your child, part of your legacy, part of your life. So if you don't take care of the child, you are the weakest link.
Can I ask you something, Uncle Wayne? Brother Naughty, Brother Maurice. If y'all don't know Brother Maurice, if y'all don't know Brother Naughty, y'all gonna get to know him. Y'all should get to know him. Y'all don't know Brother David, y'all gonna get to know him. Y'all don't know Brother David, y'all gonna get to know him too. But Brother Naughty said, look, who really sold out the family? He's asking you.
Listen, you have to understand something.
Who sold out the family?
The government set us up for failure. But you have to understand, it started back then, because we really couldn't be in the house if the mother received certain things. But when you flip the other side of the coin, we allowed the government to do it. We should have taken care of the family. She shouldn't have got the food stamps. Oh, well, think about it. Yeah. If she didn't receive the food stamps for you to stay in the house, then she just didn't get the food stamps.
All right, can I ask you something, though?
Think about it.
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
In retrospect, and also in adversity to the thing, we haven't been afforded that opportunity. We coming up out of slavery, Jim Crow. We coming up out of every adversity that a human race could possibly face, to even being taken out of your native land, to being put. Look, they treat us like animals. I'm gonna treat you like a snake or a iguana. I'm gonna take you from Africa to Florida Keys, and I'm gonna see how you survive as an anaconda, because we done took all out of the Amazon.
Keep you moving.
It's the same thing. Yeah. So how did that affect us? How do you
start from that? But look at that Willie Lynch letter. That's the playbook.
Okay.
So you know what I'm saying? So when you look at that whole letter, when you read the Willie Lynch letter, you can see the playbook about how you break that family. That was the whole goal. Break that family.
Absolutely.
But one of the key points to breaking that family was keep the man moving. Keep the man out the house and moving. And we had this conversation. Mainly, what are we doing? We always trying to grind.
Right.
So that's another form of us out the house moving, because you could be with the person, but you can never be home though. You know what I'm saying? Because we always are made to produce. Our mindset is like, if you're not a man if you're not producing. You're not a man if you don't bring home no money. You're not a man if you But you lacking on your man duties if you're not raising your offspring too.
See?
Right.
You gotta have balance.
So it comes a time when we have to make a decision of what we need to do. Yeah. In order for us to get it right, we have to take control. In order for them to take control, we have to lead the house. In order for us to lead, then we have to lead. We can't lead their way. We need to lead our way. We need the bare minimum and step forward. Our family now reaching so high. Our children want so much of stuff unnecessary. That's why they're being ruined. That's why they don't last for long. Watch this. A black person in a marriage, let's say they decide to get married, they spend zillions of dollars
on that day,
on a wedding, and not prepare for the marriage. And we know better than that. We have to understand we have a family to raise and we have a future. We can't depend on everything just for now. We have to spread it out. Our men have to lead because our women getting tired. Yeah. So when we run our mouth, it means nothing if you're not responsible, my man.
Right.
So that's what we had to do. The bare
minimum. Hey, hold on. Look.
Remember, I'm 60.
Look. It's a lot of comments and everything. Look, make sure y'all like and share. But look. This is
and
my
I
whole
need
thing.
More men on my edge.
This is my whole thing. And look, Uncle Wayne, trust me, he has way more knowledge and experience than me. And this is my disconnect as a youth. You understand what I'm saying? Both of these men to my left and my right, you know what I'm saying? They have more experience, more wisdom.
How old are you, by the way?
I'm 43.
Man, you don't look it.
You know what I mean? So, and look, got a bridge right here.
There we go.
I am the bridge between. That's what I said. I'm the bridge between the younger and the older, and also I'm kind of like the older at this point too.
The wisdom. Let's give them the wisdom.
Whatever. I'm not that old yet, but look, these people have more experience than I do, right? So I'll be more inclined to listen to your experiences. But what I would ask y'all as a youngin that's not really that young, like early 90s, whatever, you know what I'm saying? We're not that young. We damn near old, you know what I'm saying, at this point.
You got a little seasoned salt on you. You know what I mean?
We've been a little sprinkled down. You feel what I'm saying?
A little Old Bay on you.
As a person that's been seasoned, right, and all of that stuff, what I have learned is that not everything that the older generation say is true, but most things. But also there are some things that are left to be questioned. So the things that are left to be in question is the typical relationships that we have in our day-to-day life. You know what I'm saying? We have to question that because the way that yesteryear was without phones, without pages and all that other stuff, this is a whole different time. So while y'all giving us this advice, though, we have to understand that some things have been outdated and inundated, and other things has still consistently remained the same. And that's why I listen to our elders and have respect to our elders. But with all that being said, I would ask you, how do you actually handle being caught up to times, like with times and technology, but also being drawn back with traditional concepts? Like there are traditional concepts that no longer apply to this day and time.
Absolutely.
And how do we distinguish between that? How do we know? Let me give you an example, right? So an old person quote that I think we should do away with, is sticks and stones may hurt my bones, but words may never hurt me. Now that is a flat out lie. Come on, let's be real.
Words do hurt.
Because words never heal.
You almost rather the person swing on you because
no, you will. Because scars heal. Scars heal. But the words will never.
Well, it's like this. One thing you learn is you can sit under any type of information, but you should have enough sense to take what you need from that. You see what I'm saying? When it goes back to things that's no longer effective, as far as age is concerned. Like I could have a conversation with anybody and take away what I feel as though I need from it. And that goes back to like, at least be willing to be a student. It never said your age stops you from being a student. So I could sit with my son who's 10 and be a student to him to things that I don't understand. You see what I'm saying?
Wisdom.
I had to give him that respect to say, you know what, this is your lane. All right, so now let me add to your lane of what I know can probably hurt you in the situation.
Wisdom.
You know what I'm saying?
It's wisdom.
So it's all about just knowing that you never stop being a student. Some of us, I ain't gonna lie, some of us as being older, we can be stubborn because of the routine, you know what I'm saying, and the way we used to do things. But you cannot fall for that because honestly, it'll create the disconnect that we have right now. And like I said, to have these 3 ages sitting right here, right now,
3 different.
This right here is powerful because most of the time you ain't gonna have that connect.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So right now, that's my whole aim. I just try to aim let me pull from it. Let me not.
So let's read one of the comments. My man David, he said, no fault divorce was established during the 1970s to give women the incentive to do so.
Just a divorce.
Yes. No fault divorce, 1970s. They gave women the opportunity to do that.
The law is already geared toward this. The thing, we late on the playbook. The system knows the playbook.
I think it was 1975, but I understand what you're saying too.
The system knows the playbook. If everything is keep that man out of the equation.
Mm-hmm.
It's so much at stake. It's so much. You know what I'm saying?
And not to cut you off, and it's set up for that way.
Yeah.
But once again, whose fault is it?
All right, let me ask y'all this. What about if you might have a situation where it's a man who's coming in and he's his intentions is right. Might not be the father. His intentions is right. He coming in with the right foundation. He trying to establish order or balance. He loved the kid just as his own. You know what I'm saying? But he's not allowed to because.
Say that one more time.
All right, so you might have a situation like this. There's a father, she chose somebody. It might not be the biological father.
Mm-hmm.
He coming to a situation, there's already little kids involved. But he coming in right. He's not just trying to be a provider. He's really being a parent.
Mm-hmm.
But he's only allowed to be a certain level of a parent because of maybe it's just been the mom and the child for alone for a certain period of time. They don't know how to take that.
Mm-hmm.
Blocking them from what a man can bring to the table. You know what I'm saying? You might have those scenarios. It gets, I'm telling you, and it starts with us. I can't.
No, I totally understand what you're saying. I understand and I understand what you're saying. To be put into a position to take care of children that may or may not necessarily be yours is a hell of a task. Mm-hmm. And this is what needs to be recognized. Like let's be more for real, right? This is what the podcast is about. Let's be more for real, right? Teachers are forced with this same job. These are children that may or may not be theirs. And I'm not talking about biologically. I'm talking about these kids might not even be on their enroll list for their class and be in their class. You understand what I'm saying? So they can get with a certain teacher. You understand? I did that, yo. I really did that as a child, yo. And I'm not that far removed from high school. 11 years. It's been 11 years. So I know a little bit.
Amazing. You said 11 years been from high school.
Right.
High school couldn't mugger for me.
It's been 11 years.
So you're blessed.
I'm more blessed than I can imagine. You know what I'm saying? The Most High has blessed me with life and mercy. And I would tell people this too before I forget is that each and every single day that you have life and that your heart is beating, the Most High has mercy upon your heart. When you understand where the Most High, where the seat of God lives at is on your heart, because your heart is carried by 4 essential vessels: the left ventricle, the right ventricle, the left atrium, the right atrium. When you understand how the body is made, you understand that the heart is made of 4 chambers. And on those 4 chambers, just like the Levites, if you know anything about the Bible, 4 Levites carried the Ark of the Covenant. The mercy of the Most High sits upon your heart. So every day you wake up, you have the mercy of the Most High upon your heart. So let's remember that. But before I get diluted and detracted from my point of conversation,
whenever you talk about the Holy Bible, it's right. It's never a wrong time to talk about the Holy Bible. Never. Remember that.
And people will challenge us, and we welcome the challenge. We welcome the challenge from scientists. We welcome the challenges. We welcome the challenges from people that believe, that don't believe.
We're for real here. Challenge. Go to God about the Holy Bible. We're never going to change anything here. We're for real. So if you want to challenge us, you challenging God. Listen, we don't beef. We're not going to negotiate anything with God. God is just the flat bottom line. That's where we base is grown off of. God is our creator. and it showed it's Be More for Real.
Be more for real.
Speaks for itself.
It don't have nothing to do with the city. We just want you to be more for real.
Speaks for itself.
And it speaks for itself, just like he said.
Speaks for itself.
And we want to shout my brother Isaiah out. He on the comments. He on the cast, man. My brother Isaiah on the cast, man.
What is
man? We got some heavy hitters.
Listen, because they feel who we are.
We got some heavy hitters.
So let's bring.
We got some.
Gotta read some more comments. As part
we got
of
some heavy hitters. We got some heavy hitters.
Bring us some comments. What's the comments from BMore?
All right, let's go.
Add some few comments.
Let's go. He said, "No, the government set the stage."
They put the shiny stuff out there.
And they put the shiny stuff out there, and they brought it into it. Mm-hmm. So they brought it into it. So which means that they set the trap in front of us. Mm-hmm. And I understand. When you understand how it works, is that it's cause and effect. Certain things cause and effect. And if you don't have things to go your way, you set it up. You understand what I'm saying? You set it up so that it would go your way.
Right.
So then you fabricate evidence, you fabricate certain events so that the outcome that you want, it can be dictated. Mm. And I understand and I understand that the government set the stage, and it really does. And people look at that like it's cliche. Look, we gotta stop dismissing people when we talk about the government. The government is the same people that did the Tuskegee experiment with the people in Alabama with syphilis and had them live just to see how long they could live with syphilis. And that's why most black people did not take the vaccine. Oh, I didn't mean to say that word. Oh my goodness. But when it come back, look,
certain words we don't supposed to say. Remember, this is just what we're doing live.
Look, I'm gonna be on it. You feel me? Hopefully they don't flag the content or whatever. But look, this is a Be More for Real. And if y'all heard this live,
that's what's called for real.
If y'all heard this live, y'all got the gem, because you're not gonna hear this when it come back. When the recording come back, you're not gonna hear.
You might miss something.
You're gonna miss that part, because you have to, in order for us to keep on streaming. But yeah, like, share, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Let's bring our brother on, man. We got an important brother that's making black business. Look, hey, if you got a black business, if you got small business, look, we're promoting it. This is why y'all need to like and share and subscribe. We are promoting the businesses.
We're coming completely through Baltimore.
You're not helping us,
and we're bringing all black businesses up to here.
We help each other.
Out for real table. So right now we're going to bring in another campaign here from Baltimore. Of course, we have a lot of business here in Baltimore who help Baltimore that do not get out. You don't hear anything from them. And they say Baltimore don't have any ideas. They're just out of control. But we really do. So we're going to invite a few people here now to stand there and tell you a few things about what they're doing to make Baltimore better. Again, Be More for Real. We're introducing Mr. Hey, introduce yourself again. Welcome to Curtis, Be More for Real.
Curtis. He gonna slide.
So, welcome to Be More for Real. Now,
pull up his stuff.
For Be More, we bring in what Baltimore is for real. A lot of times they don't understand Baltimore. They said Baltimore don't have any ideas. How can we have black elected officials and 63% black, but have no idea to make things better? But we found with this podcast, it's because we're not being known. No one know about what we're doing. That's the reason why. But we feel together we can get this done. So let's let the world know what Baltimore has to offer. Let's tell us who you are. First, your name, sir. What do you have to do? At the same time, tell us, what do you think about Be More? And again, welcome to Be More for Real.
Yeah. Well, my name is Curtis McGee. So yeah, what you got on the web on the page on your page there is my website, which is called busstop.org, BUSTSTOP.org. It's a initiative to stop preventable gun violence. People getting hit by strays and it's just unnecessary violence in the city and things of that sort. That is a practical approach that I think will actually work. Besides other good initiatives going on in the city like ceasefire and things of this sort, I think this is another approach that'll offer that speaks to a different segment of our community. And
so it says
respond to it.
Bust Stop.
Yeah,
Tell us more about that. It's unique. It's just a bus stop.
Acronym.
Tell us more about that.
Acronym stands for Before You Shoot, Think. Safety to other people.
Okay.
And so like maybe if you could scroll down on the page, you'll see that there's 4 questions that are the I guess like the.
Let's scroll down on your.
That are the main. I guess you would say impetus of the campaign that'll help get that's the message of the campaign, which is the first one is, can you forgive this person? In the line of thinking of someone who might be about to commit an act with a gun, feel like they might have to use it. Just thinking about the things where, like the first one, can you forgive this person if it's a case where you might be angry or something like that? Might have been felt like you might be violated to a degree where you might want to respond that way. The second one is, can you forgive this person? The second is, where will the bullets go? Like I said, we lost a lot of people this year from straight bullets.
Yeah, we lost a
Just lost a good brother who was doing the boxing gym down here.
I heard about that too. The boxing dude.
A few people.
Some other people at the same time, like.
Yeah, but he was the only one who
passed, right?
Yeah.
And young boy too.
Yeah.
Young boy, like 18 and 15.
That's why I said this situation has got to stop. We have got to move to these areas where this has to slow down to a degree where it's one every 10 years.
Right.
So what gave you that idea? What made you? We talked to Dad Raising Men about what got him into that field and what got you into this campaign that you're running for Stop Baltimore.
I had the concept a long time ago, years ago, even probably over 5 years ago. Some things happened whereas though I wasn't, I haven't had the rug pulled up under me, so to speak, by the police and other certain things going on in life. So I wasn't able to really continue in that vein where I had started out, where I wrote it down on paper and was like, this is our idea. I was just, I got thwarted. And so coming back and finally getting myself settled back down and oriented, I guess, reoriented. Now I'm able to, I feel like that's a campaign that really needs to be done. And when things like that, what happens to that brother, kind of just like, certain things just kind of just start weighing down. It's kind of just stupid not to do it at this point,
So what can we do to enhance some of the production that you're doing so far? The reason why I had to ask, because there are a lot of other programs in Baltimore that doesn't get the attention. So we want to know, what can we do to help out, and how can we start helping? Just talk to us and tell us how.
Yeah, well, I have one idea where I'm going to try to establish a relationship with a brother who just got promoted in the Department of Transportation. Because I just posted some posters up I bought some posters and some stickers and stuff like that out of my own pocket. Made this website and everything all out of my own pocket.
See, not to cut you off, this is what we need to talk about, because we have these programs in Baltimore. We pulling this money out of our pockets because we care. These people donate and care all over the place because you're not investing in what we have in Baltimore. We can't get anywhere with us divided. So when we talk about things that's happening here in Baltimore, they're trying to make things better, get involved. That's what we are here. We are BMore4Real because we get involved. So when you hear this, when you spend them little extra couple of dollars somewhere else, put them where they belong, because we grow together when we stick together. Now, tell us more about the program it is. When did it get started? I mean, when did it start?
I guess you could really say it started when I printed out these posters and started posting them up because, like I said, the campaign doesn't really matter without the message being spread as much as I had the website up for a while.
Definitely send me that information
too.
Well,
yeah, it's like if it was visible on the page. Again, it's busstop.org. There's like a hoodie that I made a design on, and you can kind of purchase that. And
that's what I need. I'm getting ready to go to that. I want you to tell them what can they do to help you out to make things better and be more.
Okay. Well, if you know how to collaborate with me to make where I can spread this message and get more a better presentation or more presence, then that would be perfect. That's about it.
We appreciate it. Thank you for coming about. Definitely. Now, the last few words you can say, tell BMore something that's for real.
I love you more.
Welcome. And thank you. We do appreciate. Thank you once again. It's called Bus Stop.
Thank you.
Join us. Send us information we'll have. And now we're going to continue with the program itself. Again, thank you for keeping and joining us for BMore4Real.
I will stay on for a little bit.
Well, if you want, man.
Sit in for a few. On the next question, why Danny stepped away.
Why we can then. All right, let's bring some things in we could do. We'll probably start out with, tell us about BMore. Are you from here? And tell us more about yourself. Are you from Baltimore?
No, I was born in upstate New York, but I'm basically from Baltimore. I've been here since I was 12.
You moved here when you were 12?
Yeah.
What do you think about Baltimore compared to New York?
I mean, I really can't say much.
Especially with your little kid coming here.
I think life is like anywhere you go is what you like your network. You know how you move in that town, what you're able to do, what you know, who you know, type of stuff. So I really couldn't say like the difference to, especially me being a kid so young and not really being able
coming here in town.
Right. So yeah, it's kind of a big difference.
Oh, so you're part of BMore now?
Yeah, pretty much.
For sure. Yeah. I lost all the big things happen here.
You part of BMore?
Yeah.
So at the same time, fill us in some more on Dad Raising Men.
Right, so it's kind of similar with like the need is like Dad's Raising Men had a standstill too because of support. I was doing everything out of pocket, you know what I'm saying? And then realized, you can get people to show up all day for, hey, come just show up, just have a good time. Just that's what it was all about. Just getting the environment setting the tone for, us being together, you know what I'm saying, vibing. Bring your kids, bring your family. But I noticed like when that movement, that extra push is going to take, you're going to need support. Like, channels like this and, introducing each other, being introduced to people like yourself and you know what I'm saying? And now I know if I put something together, then I need to call this man and let him know he need to promote, you know what I'm saying? So it's network, it's oneness, you know what I'm saying? Because if it's only going as far as this table, you know what I'm saying, is no good. But we have brilliance.
Yes.
It's brilliant people here.
And Barbie,
and BMore. So I mean, gifted, talented, motivated. And I always say this like how they say, if you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. Man, BMore will teach you to survive any given situation.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? But also, it's always something that we can take from each other. Get it, and I want to really get to a point where we throw kids on a bus, family on a bus, and just go. We gonna
and
travel.
We're gonna work more, and I'm glad that you brought that up.
Yeah, we gotta do
that. Thank you for coming to BMore4Real because it's more of this that's coming out to let you know we work from the inside out. We believe in BMore. But BMore, you have to believe in us. Definitely. So thank you for joining us tonight. Have a great time and have a blessed one.
I got a single coming out.
Oh, that's right. Matter of fact, while he's on here, you might as well introduce this because he does other talents here in BMore. Tell him about your.
I guess we're gonna
for our open mic night too, which coming very soon.
Mic night.
Yeah, it's a dope space here, man. I guess if we're gonna have the recorded version of this, I can send you the links and stuff so that it can be posted.
We can stick it out.
I think more Natty know me and stuff like that. People wanted to hear that. You gotta hit me direct. Yeah.
We're working on it and we're working hard. Remember, BMore4Real. Thanks for joining us out there, Baltimore. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a blessed one. Later.